What is good, everybody, man? Welcome back into the Bluebloods as we continue our FCS player spotlight for the 2023 season. And we are here with my guy, Kriston Davis, Southern defensive back. And I've only said this on one other episode, but I think he's the second guy I've had from my hometown on here from Mobile, Alabama. But this one's even more special because this guy, also a Baker High School alum, and helped lead Baker basketball to the state championship, man, was an all coastal selection his senior year at Baker High School. Coming into the 2023 season is the second highest graded HBCU cornerback in coverage grade and also run stopping. Finished last season with 41 total tackles, 2 picks, a defensive touchdown, and 8 pass breakups. Man, Kriston, appreciate you hopping on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Excited.
Looking just at your high school career, coming out of Baker, man, me and you both know what it's like. There was a time before really that 2014, 2015 class where they were sending no one anywhere. They weren't winning any games. There wasn't a lot of talent coming out of the school to D1. For you, what was your recruiting process like out of Baker?
It was hard. Like you said, it wasn't a lot of people coming out of Baker, man. It's crazy. My whole process. I started my sophomore year. Had a couple looks coming out lower division schools. I had Austin P looking at me for a minute. I had, of course, Southern, West Alabama. West Alabama was about to offer me. You know how that go though. Like they was recruiting somebody else. They was waiting to see they was gonna decide what did he do. He ended up committing, so they didn't. I guess they just went on. So I ended up signing with Southern. I loved it. I don't regret it at all.
Man, before we get into more on that decision, like I mentioned earlier, you actually were one of the best basketball players in the state coming out of Baker. Helped that team under Coach Armstrong get all the way to the state championship game. You guys had a lot of talent. Did you ever think about playing both sports at the collegiate level?
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. I definitely thought about it. Especially playing basketball and playing football throughout high school. Only thing is, I wasn't getting no stronger. That's the only thing. Like, I'm during football, football off season, everybody in the weight room, everybody in the weight room. So I never really got a full off season. So when I got to college, I thought about it, but I was like, nah, I gotta be able to put on some weight if I want to, be on the field. So that's what I decided to do. Stick with football.
Man, I think we both know, man, because in that off season, you think you're going to get a break, and they put that football in that fourth period.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there's no time limit. That fourth period could last till 4 or 5 o'clock if they wanted it to,
Right.
and it didn't change. So I feel that, man. But you just mentioned you decided to sign with Southern. You don't regret your decision. Talk a little bit about what stood out with Southern in the recruiting process.
It was so family oriented. Like Sherman Wilson. He recruited me heavy. Now he's now at LSU. So we built a great relationship. I was at a South Alabama camp, and he was in the crowd. He noticed me. He was like, "Man, you look good." So ever since then, you know what I'm saying, he was hitting me up during my senior season. We built a great relationship. I ended up going on a visit. I mean, that's when Coach Odoms was there. So I ended up talking to Coach Odoms, and Coach Odoms sat down with me and he liked me. So you know what I'm saying. When I visited, I loved it. So it just felt right.
You mentioned you come in under Coach Odom's staff, man, and you've technically been through 2 coaching changes throughout your career, man. As Coach Odom says to Norfolk, you guys had an intern, Rollins throughout the 2021 season, and then, of course, Vincent Dooley steps in this past season. For you, how difficult has it been to go through really 3 different staffs over your career at Southern?
It's crazy because it's so many different mindsets and different cultures. Um, as far as like the schemes, it hasn't been too hard adjusting because I'm pretty good with stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying, I really loved it. You know what I'm saying, because I'm learning from different coaches and I'm putting different tools in my bag, and that's how I became the player I am today.
Yeah, I look at Southern, and there were a lot of guys who decided to look for other avenues in terms of the transfer portal. You guys brought in a lot of talent as well from the transfer portal, with Southern being super active. Did you ever think about entering the transfer portal, or did you just know Southern is where I wanted to be?
Honestly, I did because I felt like before Coach Dooley, that I wasn't getting the opportunity like I should have. I was behind some good players. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like you know what I'm saying. I should have been out there. I should have been playing. So you know what I'm saying. In the back of my head, I'm like, dang, like should I leave? What should I do? My parents, they always taught me, you know what I'm saying, stick it out. You know what I'm saying. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I've been sticking it out. I ain't never ran away from competition. So when Dooley came in, I was like, this a new beginning. It's a clean slate. I got to prove myself again. And he got here. He took a chance on me. He was like, where you came from? You been here? I was like, yeah, I've been here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he recognized me. He gave me an opportunity. That's all I've been waiting on. That's all I needed. So I excel.
Man, I think the opportunity was needed, and that was gonna come to my next question, man. You spend really 3 years and you see a lot of limited action. I think the 6 games, and I wanna say 2021 was the most action you saw. This past season, saw action in every game, was one of the top performers on the defense, 2 picks, a defensive touchdown, 8 pass breakups. You did it all for Southern with a very talented secondary, man. Listen, my guy Corian came in and did his thing as well, and I know there was a lot of guys who are gonna step up this year, Jordan Carter especially too. For you, what clicked in 2022 for your game?
New coach staff, new scenery. Those guys, they had confidence in me. They believed in me. They came in, taught me a lot of different stuff that I didn't know. Also, Corian, Jordan, those guys are older than me. So, you know what I'm saying? When them came in, I learned from them. And I feel like it just all came together. We was dominant. We was one of the best defenses on the SWAC. I think we led touchdowns. So that's big.
This season, you guys have had a tumultuous start to conference play with that loss to Texas Southern, but then it just started to all kind of fall into place for you guys as you guys go on to win the division, get to the conference championship. What was your biggest learning experience from this season that you're taking into 2023?
Uh, Basically just come in ready. Like, don't wait. We gotta hit the ground running right off the bat. If we might go through adversity, yeah. But you know what I'm saying, we gotta keep working. Spot the ball. That's our motto. So you know what I'm saying. I feel like this year we're gonna have a lot of vets coming back. So you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be ready.
I got to talk to Coach Dooley a few times. I got to talk to him at SWAC Media Day. Got to talk to him throughout the season at the press conferences. What is he like behind the scenes, man? Because he always for me in the press conference, he always just seems so chill. Like regardless of if y'all won by 50, if y'all lost, it was just the same demeanor, man. What is he like behind the scenes?
Same guy, calm, cool, collected. But don't get me wrong. He gonna talk his trash too. Like he gonna he gonna let us know. He love competition. He love competition. And you know what I'm saying? Competition breeds greatness. And we all believe that. So Coach Dooley always keep us on our toes. You know what I'm saying? I love that about him. He gonna make sure we good. I know that. And like I said, he did so much for the program in just 1 year. It's crazy. Cause you know, so I've been here for a minute. So you know what I'm saying? I know. So I really appreciate him for everything.
You guys are going to be starting a new quarterback after Bubba with graduation, and then a few transfers. But you guys got a lot of talent in that QB room. You just said competition breeds success in the season. For you guys as a secondary, what's y'all's role in preparing whoever is QB1 for you guys in 2023 throughout this all season?
Our role is to do what we're doing. We're a vet defense. We got a lot of people coming back. Like I said, me, Jordan, Marcel, he gonna be back. Dimitri Marcel. So like, I feel like whoever Coach Dooley picks, he gonna be ready because like I said, we a vet defense. We no regular defense out there. We moving as one. We smart. So
Defensive coordinator Henry Miller, man, has got a long history in the SWAC, HBCU football. What is it like playing in his scheme, and how has he kind of helped you develop your game as a defensive back?
I love his scheme. He really aggressive. That's one thing I know. He really aggressive. We man to man in your face. Like he don't care about none of that. That's what they say. This SWAC defense. Like we man to man press. And that's what I love to do. If anybody asks you like this, that's what I love to do. I love to press. I love to get in your face. I love to get hands on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that matches my game really well. So when he brings that fire me up. It fire the whole defense up. He always get us crump for the games. You know what I'm saying? He just got that mindset.
You're getting the respect you finally deserve, man, this preseason. I know Draft HBCU, man, has went through like a whole progression these past few weeks, man, hyping you up going into the season. You had your breakout year last year, but we know you got to follow that up. What are your personal goals for the 2023 season?
All American. That's what I'm shooting for. I feel like this past year it was all right. I feel like I missed out on a lot of plays I could have made on. I got a lot to build on. The best is yet to come. I can tell you that for sure.
I love it, man. When you look at your game, man, I love this. This is one of my favorite questions, but I want you to compare true freshman Kriston Davis to the guy I'm talking to now. What's the single biggest developmental change you've seen in your game?
I feel like how smart I am with the game now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand different coverages. I understand, you know what I'm saying, the receiver, if he outside the numbers, you know what I'm saying? The route concepts, he gonna come inside, you feel me? So like I feel like my intelligence of the game got a lot better since my freshman year.
I feel like going from high school to college, though, the depth of your film study has to increase for you. You said your IQ with the game, knowing what the offense is doing, has really increased. How much do you credit film study to that, and how has it changed since high school?
Oh, film studies everything. You know what I'm saying? That's all I do. When I'm at home, I'm chilling at the crib, turn on YouTube, watch the YouTube games, or I turn on my huddle. I'm going in there watching film. I feel like whatever they doing, you gonna already know it before the play even starts. So that's like very important. In high school, we watch film, but obviously it's nowhere near how it is now. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like film is definitely a huge part of why I'm so good.
Man, shifting to some quick hitters, looking at your game, I know there's been some like NFL comparisons already thrown out there about your size and ability on the field, but for you personally, is there an NFL former or current that you model your game after the most?
Ramsey. I love Jalen Ramsey. I love his game. Um, I love how physical he is. I love how he talk. He gonna let you know how you doing. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. You got to be like that as a defensive back. You got to be able to bring that energy. You got to be able to make the receiver feel you. So
Man, I got a feeling how you're going to answer this question, and I'll have a follow up story for it. But defensive backs on this show, man, I'll be honest, the wide receivers come on here and just say that y'all always are the instigators. It's always y'all's fault there's trash talking going on. So, how big of a trash talker are you in between those white lines?
I'm a huge trash talker. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna let you know for sure. They probably right. They probably most definitely right. Yeah, receivers are probably the most chill. But they definitely talk though. Don't get me wrong. I don't act like they just don't talk. But defensive back is probably definitely the starter for sure.
We had all American Justin Ford from Montana on here about a year ago, and he came on here and was just like, "Listen, man, don't you got to stop asking that questions to DBs." He goes, "If you got a DB on here and he's good, he talks trash." He was like, "You can't be a good DB." He was like, "We got the hardest job on the field, and we got to let them know when we're doing it well."
Right, exactly.
So I got to ask, man, because people love this question, man. If you can say yourself if you want, who was the biggest trash talker on Southern last season?
Okorion. Oh my god, that dude, he don't show up back there. Like, I don't got a problem with it, but that's all he does back there. But that's his play style, man. That man play physical, hard, fast. That man a dog for sure.
We had him on the show right after his transfer into Southern last season. He said the same thing. He was like, "You're gonna hear me. Like, don't worry." He was like, "You're gonna know I'm there." And he was doing it at the Legacy Bowl. We were down there in New Orleans covering that, and he was giving his own teammates hell during practice. Man, I love it. When you look at your career, man, whether it was in practice or in a game, what was your welcome to college moment?
Uh, Probably practice scout team. Playing against some of those guys my freshman year. Going back and forth doing that Hunter Register. He used to play receiver back in the day, like my freshman year. So you know what I'm saying. Going at him. I remember one play. I had jumped the hits, caught a pick, talking trash in his face. Like the very next play, they threw a bomb, caught it on me. But like at the end of the day, at the end of practice, he came up to me, shook my hand, and said, "Yeah." I said, "That's what it is. That's what it's all about. Competition." So you know what I'm saying. He didn't take it personal. Just slapped me on the head and was like, "Good work."
Man, I love when guys make sure it's not personal, especially in practice. If you can't talk trash to your teammates, then like I don't know what's going on there. The team dynamic has to be different. But looking at you, one on one versus a wide receiver, what's the number one mistake they can make against you?
The number one mistake, Probably trying to be physical with me, trying to run me over or try to do something like that, cause that ain't gonna work. The best thing is try to get away from me, and that's hard to do. How tall and lanky I am, so it's really hard. It's really hard for them to do anything for real.
Oh man, yeah. I don't think with your measurables, man, at over 6'2", almost 200 pounds, man. I don't know too many guys are going to try to get over physical with you on the field, man. Looking at your career, whether you can pick one or two guys from your team and some opponents, but who are one or two of the best offensive players you've ever had to face?
Um, let's see. Think of somebody. Probably August Peachy. He receiver right now, man. He's real good, man. He's so explosive. He's so explosive in and out of his routes. He's smart. He can go up and grab it too. He can jump out the gym. He gonna be real good this year. Look out for him.
Just the last two questions, draft HBCU's already said it. A lot of people are going to be on your bandwagon after this season, but you're going to be one of the top prospects whenever you decide to declare for the NFL draft. When you look at just your journey, man, from Baker, waiting your turn up until last season, having your breakout year, your final All American potential season now, what would it mean to you to hear your name called in the NFL draft?
Man, it'd be crazy. Like it'd all be worth it, man. Cause like I said, bro, like I feel like I'm a living testimony. I feel like I was slept on. I feel like I'm a hidden gem. I'm a diamond in the rough because coming out of high school, I wasn't recruited. I ain't had a big offers, man. I came here. Came here. I'm still sitting the bench. You know what I'm saying? I waited my turn. I didn't cheat the system. I didn't leave. You know what I'm saying? So like everything I got, I earned it. So you know what I'm saying? To be able to get that, get my name called, it'd just be like a dream come true.
Man, and if I gotta ask, man, because listen, I know some people who went to Baker way back in the day, but I don't know the last person from Baker to hear their name called in the draft, if there's ever been somebody. So I know that would be history just in our city, man, coming from down here. There's a lot of NFL prospects that have come from Mobile too. So to have your name included in that would be huge. But man, looking just at the draft process, if an NFL franchise asks you what they're going to get in Kriston Davis, if they end up selecting him in the NFL draft, man, what do you tell them?
They're gonna get a hard worker. They're gonna get somebody that's also a leader. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get somebody that don't take no for an answer. That's gonna go get it every rep, every play, just because he love the game of football. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. That's just how I play. So,
And then the final question, man. I saw recently you graduated from Southern, man. Got that degree in hand. You'll be officially a graduate of Southern. What did that mean to you? Because we all know at the end of the day you came to ball out, but also it's coming to get that degree and being a student athlete. What did that mean to you to finally walk across that stage and get that piece of paper?
right. Somebody told me it was like, uh, don't let football use you. Use football. You know what I'm saying? When we go to college, we here to get a degree. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get that mixed up. They just want to come to college and play football, but that's not how it works. Rather you doing good on the football field, you could be balling out, all American. But if your grades ain't right, you're not gonna be out there, man. So you know what I'm saying. I came in. My mama a counselor, so you know, she on me about that. So I don't have to worry about that. I always got to make sure my grades good. She used to check every semester, send me your grades. I used to go into my little banner, screenshot, and send her the grades. Like she was just on me, so that was very important for me to be able to get a degree, and my family being up here in Baton Rouge with me to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? It was very important. So I'm really blessed and highly favored.
Man, congratulations on that again, man. I know that's a huge deal. I know you're looking to finish it off with a huge performance on the field. But man, Christian, I appreciate you for hopping on here, man. We were talking, on Twitter for a while, man. Found out that we had way more in common than we thought, man. Graduated with your brother, went to the same high school, all kind of stuff, man. So I just appreciate you hopping on the show, man. It was an honor having you. But man, let people know where they can find you on social media and follow your journey.
Thanks for having me. You can follow me Instagram at it's Chris. It's dot Chris 3. Twitter, it's Chris. I'm on TikTok, Chris Davis. On TikTok, I be posting the videos. That's about it.
If you want that insider, man, get on that TikTok. And I had a conversation with the player recently. I was like, man, people don't understand. That's how you monetize your brand for NIL. TikTok is so easy to start making money, especially as an athlete, man, because people want to see it. People
Mm-hmm.
love it, man. So congrats to you on that, man. I'm hoping. Listen, I'll plug it now. I'll be the hashtag Chris to Swag Media Day, man. If there's someone who deserves that opportunity to go represent Southern, man, it's you after waiting your turn, having the big year, man. So, Coach Julie, if you're watching this, man, take my guy with you to Birmingham to represent Southern. But, guys, for Kriston Davis, for myself, and for the Blue Bloods, we are out for right now.